This week we're bringing you the biggest interview that Marquette fans want out there. Dwyane Wade visited Milwaukee, and we sat down with him for a one-on-one exclusive interview. Meanwhile,
drive, 5 on the shot clock. Butler, fadeaways, got it! Jimmy Butler!
These were the hands that sunk UConn.
And this is Marquette Basketball Weekly.
You know, when I came at this university, I looked up to, the guys before me, the George Thompsons, the Bruce Lees of the world.
Welcome into the show that gets you closer than ever to your Marquette Hoop Stars, Marquette Basketball Weekly. I'm your host, Brad Galli, inside the Union Sports Annex, where I'm ready to lead a team of MUTV reporters as we guide you along the rest of the Marquette basketball season. It's a season that Buzz Williams and his squad hope includes a trip to the NCAA tournament yet again. Now, the guys made two big steps this week in reaching that goal as they took down a very good UConn team on the road and beat DePaul at home this past Wednesday. Before we get to the highlights of those games, we're going to have Fran Fraschilla talk with Todd Warner, and I sit down with Dwyane Wade. But let's see this week's primetime performer of the Marquette basketball squad.
Drive, 5 on the shot clock. Butler, fadeaways, got it! Jimmy Butler!
Aside from knocking down a potentially season-defining basket at Connecticut, Jimmy Butler had quite a week. In two contests, he averaged almost 20 points a game, boosting his point-per-game season total over 15. He sank 14 of 16 free throw attempts in an 80-69 victory over DePaul and is this week's primetime player.
JuCo players are brought in to make an instant impact. Coach Buzz Williams is using this formula to mold his team with youth and experience. Darius Johnson-Odom is averaging 13 points, shooting a staggering 51% from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Dwight Bikes, he's an all-around player, almost nearing a triple-double against Grambling State. 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. I asked the two how their JuCo experience is helping them at Marquette.
Well more prepared than a high school student was. I think it was more, junior college was more like, you're playing just from guys, older than you, and the competition was just as good as far as a junior college school. So I think that helped me a lot. I was able to play point guard, but that's not really my role this year. But it helped me learn a lot from playing a different position now, and I think it's just helped me a lot as far as maturing as a kid and as an athlete.
They're real good because I had a good coach there at junior college that coached me up every possession and actually didn't let me have my way. And that's like most JuCos, like you go there and basically you get your work done, but you have a good time. But like I was having a good time and still was being coached up by a good coach. And to come here to make the move to come to Marquette and with another great coach, I think I was kind of ready for stuff that was being asked.
Both Darius Johnson-Odom and Dwight Bikes thought they could make the jump from high school right to Marquette. DJO went to prep school before JuCo, and Dwight was a non-qualifier out of high school. But they attest to players they played with that are now in top programs in the NCAA and their head coaches.
Prep school, I played with guys like Courtney Fortunes at Arkansas, Nate Miles, a lot of Division I kids that's playing now. So I think my transition from prep school would have been just the same.
I think so because at my high school I had a coach that was coaching me up, and without that, all the other coaches that was helping me out too, I think I would have been ready to.
These guys feel comfortable in the position they are in and are gelling with their teammates. Buzz put them in a spot to succeed, and they are reeling in the moment. Dwight looks up to the seniors, but still knows he has those qualities of leadership.
I'm just playing well around the guys I'm playing with. My teammates have trust in me with the ball and on the defensive end, so I'm just glad I'm able to make this transition.
Yeah, I've been a leader for all my teams, and that's something I want to do. But at the time right now, we got Lazar, Kubi, Jimmy been here, so they kind of lead the way right now. And me, DJ, we try to fill in when we can, but right now we let them do it. But it wouldn't be a problem being a leader.
DJO and Dwight Bikes are hitting their stride this season as the Golden Eagles prepare for the second half of the Big East season. DJO has scored in double figures in 16 of the team's 22 contests. When I asked Coach Buzz Williams about the JuCos, he added that you need to find niches that helps your team get an edge. Reporting from the Annex, Todd Warner, MUTV Sports.
If your local barber seems a little bit down this week, it's probably because a few of his loyal customers haven't been around. And for that, you can thank Buzz Williams.
No haircuts.
What's going on, man?
It's killing me right now. It's killing me.
What's the rule?
We're not allowed to cut our hairs.
I told our guys on the flight home from Syracuse, we're not cutting our hair. You can line it up, but we're not cutting our hair until we begin to play like junkyard dogs every single possession.
For the players, part of the battle is looking like a Big East athlete out on the court. So when Buzz says there's no haircuts, it's throwing off their game. David Kubian is often mentioned as the most stylish on the team. So when Buzz put this rule into effect, he said it's been so tough because he hasn't had a haircut in over a week.
How long has it been since you got a haircut?
About 11.
Oh my God.
So we'll see. I usually get my haircut every 8 days. I don't go 10 days without getting a haircut, and right now it's killing me.
So with the team playing so well and getting back to 500 in the Big East, the question remains, when are these guys going to be able to get back to their barber?
I haven't cut my hair, and nor have our players, and we'll figure out when the right time is to cut it, but we've won the last two, so we're not cutting it right now.
Are we going to start calling you Crew Cut Williams instead of...
I look more like Chia Pet Williams than anything else, and it's going to get worse. Maybe more like AfroMan Williams pretty soon.
Put it down, AfroMan Williams.
Marquette was the only school to take a chance on Dwyane Wade, and he didn't let him down, leading the Golden Eagles to the 2003 Final Four. MUTV's own Brad Galli spoke with Wade about his legacy, Buzz Williams, and so much more.
Since Dwyane Wade left Marquette for the NBA in 2003, his legacy has stretched far wider than the boundaries of this Milwaukee campus. If you go anywhere in the United States and mention Marquette University, Wade's name is quickly brought up. When the legendary Guard's Miami Heat paid a visit to the Bradley Center Saturday, I talked with Wade about his name and how it has become synonymous with Marquette.
You know, when I came at this university, you know, I looked up to, you know, the guys before me, the George Thompsons, the Bush Lees of the world, and the Dean Memingers. I just wanted to, you know, to do my part to represent the university well. So if I've done that, I'm excited. I'm happy about that. Hopefully, you know, in years to come, my name continue to be, you know, the name that people one of the names that people think of when they think about Marquette basketball. But there's so many.
I think it still definitely resonates today, and you can see that in the toughness of this team. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to watch them, but they had quite the run last season and a lot of toughness behind Buzz Williams. What do you see in Coach Williams and with this team, you know, similar to the team that you had in that Final Four run?
Well, first of all, it's in the fabric of Marquette basketball to be tough, to play tough, and not just you know, rely on talent, to rely on, you know, heart and grit. And you know, this team has that fight. You know, even though, you know, they're undersized. You know, they don't have that center that we had. We had the luxury of having Robert Jackson and Scott Merritt, which helped us a lot. But they have fight and they have grit. And today, seeing them get a good win up against Connecticut was fulfilling.
Marquette was called Warriors the last time they were in the Final Four. They are Golden Eagles now.
Wade is always quick to credit those around him for his success. When I asked him how tough it must be to keep in touch with former teammates, he assured me those friendships that he made in college are still vitally important, and one event this summer was especially gratifying.
The Hall of Fame dinner was great, that we all got a chance to get in the same room again, you know, with all our coaches and, you know, the whole staff. It was a walk down memory lane. You know, of course, we try to talk, you know, as much as we can, but, you know, we all have different lives. 7 years removed now from Marquette, and but, you know, we do, you know, talk here and there and sparingly, so especially when we play each other in different cities. So, you know, it's always good to see the other guys that, you know, I went to battle with, you know, at Marquette, and to see them guys in the NBA, and even guys like Wes Matthews, who's now in Utah, to see him in the NBA, you know, I'm always proud.
Matthews and Wade both played under one of the most beloved coaches in Marquette history, Tom Crean. Although his move to Indiana almost 2 years ago wasn't exactly met with great acceptance from the Gold and Blue faithful, Wade made it clear Coach Crean's body of work at Marquette will always be appreciated.
He did an unbelievable job here at Marquette. He gave me 11 years of his life, and, you know, I think, you know, it was time for him to move on, even though everyone didn't love it. You know, he has a challenge on his hand, and I think that's what he lives for. So to rebuild that program back to what it was, it's going to take time, but if anybody can do it, you know, we know our coach can, just like he did here at Marquette.
In the brief time Crean and Wade spent together in Milwaukee, they put the Golden Eagles back into the national spotlight for the first time in decades. So it's clear to say that returning to the Bradley Center never gets old for Dwyane Wade.
Just to come back and, you know, feel the family atmosphere. I always look up in the stands and see the things that we did here at Marquette, you know, with our Final Four banner up, and I have the opportunity to see my picture, you know, up next to some of the Marquette greats, and, you know, it's always special.
As the legend of Dwyane Wade in the NBA continues to grow, number 3's legacy at Marquette will always be embraced. Wade is not just a pillar of excellence in the sporting world. Like so many others here in the Midwest, he is
Marquette.
Hi, I'm John Saunders of ESPN and ABC Sports. More Marquette Basketball Weekly coming up next.